Uh, Good afternoon to all, and welcome to the 5 days uh, FDP on advanced optimization tools and techniques for research and engineers. Okay. Myself, Sarang Doshi, and today we will discuss about the design of experiments, and if time permits, we will go ahead with the Taguchi methods and design of the arrays. Okay. We will skip the intro about the quality and everything because you might know everything about quality, its parameters, quality by design, customer feedback, everything. So I assume that everything you are well aware about those terminologies. Now, whenever I say experiment, I'm not saying that it will have relevance only with the manufacturing industry, because whenever we are doing any research, after doing certain research, after doing certain literature review, you have to perform some experiment. And after performing certain experiment, you will come to the certain stage that you can validate your data. So for that, you should know how to perform the experiments. So for performing the experiments, you need you need some sort of inputs. If I will focus on the sort of inputs, what inputs I will require, what what process I will do on the particular given inputs, and what output I will get. That is the only process. So if I want to design an experiment, I will have only three basic pillars. The first pillar will be simple input parameters. Second pillar will be the what process I am doing, and third process will be the output. Now, before doing any experiment, first I should know what output I want. Now, after designing, or after I will discuss about the output, then I will come to the what input parameters and then process. One by one, we will focus on this. Now, whenever we are doing an experiment, so we will have n number of different strategies for the experiment. One could do by one factor variation, one factor at a time, or you can do based on the trial error also. But whenever your factors go on the increasing way, you should have some particular strategy for the experiment. You cannot do by the generalized method. For that, we have to focus on how we will have a strategy to perform an experiment. Now, we will mostly focus on this only. Now, this could be a simple introduction about the experiments. Now, how DOE is having the relevance with the statistical influence of the experiments. Now, what I will do first, I will take very simple example of our general routine. I will take one very simple example of our mechanical industry. Then I will show one case study, one calculation. So that job will be the more easy to understand the things. Now, one simple example of our routine life is making a tea. So we will take the example of how we make a tea, and then we'll take the example. We will have the correlation of making of the tea with our any general mechanical engineering field example. Now, if I want to make a tea, first I should know what is my output. Now, there could be different types of output I want. Now, for example, suppose output could be a taste of tea. Secondly, output could be the color of tea. Third could be smell of tea. No, for making it very easy, we will take very simple output the taste. So if I want to make a tea, my output will be the taste. I want a very good taste of a tea. So for making a good tea, having a good taste, what input parameters I will have? Input parameters could be water, then your tea, then your sugar, and then your some ingredients. So I require four input parameters. Then I will do a certain process, and then after performing certain process, I will get an output as the taste of a tea. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Are you getting what I want to say to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now, similar example I will take about our machining industry. Very simple example. Now, if I want to do a simple machining on a simple shaft, now here my output is simple surface finish. So to get a good quality of surface finish on a particular job, I will have input parameters could be speed, then speed, then depth of cut. Now, everything, all these things I have documented. I will show in the next slide. But before this, we'll have the correlation with our general routine life and our machining industry. Now, to have a good taste of tea, input parameters could be water, tea, sugar, and some ingredients. Now, I don't know how much amount of water I have to add. I don't know how much amount of tea powder, how much amount of sugar, etc. Similarly, for machining, to achieve a good surface finish, I don't know what value of speed I have to give to the particular machine, what value of feed, and what value of depth of cut. I don't know anything. Now, if I want to get, if I want to achieve very good taste of tea, parallelly, if I want to achieve a good amount of surface finish on the job, to a particular conclusion. Now, after performing this experiment, what conclusion I will draw? I will draw a conclusion like this: to have a good taste of tea, I should add certain this much amount of water, this much amount of tea, this much amount of sugar. Similarly, for the machining, to achieve a better surface finish, I have to give certain X amount of speed, Y amount of feed, and Z amount of depth of cut. Now, here my task is how much water, how much tea, how much sugar, how much speed, how much feed, and how much top cut. Now, all these things I will come to know after performing a particular experiment. And again, if for experiments, factorial designs, and Taguchi method, single output. Here you could have the multiple output also. For taking tea, output will be taste, second will be the color, third will be the smell. I want to achieve all these three output on a single input scale. Similarly, for the machining, I will have n number of outputs. I want good surface finish. I want maximum material removal rate. I want good amount of etc. 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 So all these multiple output I will combine together and I will have a single input strategy. So I will call it a multiple response also. So first single output or multiple output. Then you should design the or you should know what could be different input parameters. Now after defining input parameters, you change the different levels. You have to perform the experiments, write the values, do the analysis by using particular software or manually, and then come to the conclusion. So that will be our the flow of the presentation. Now here I have taken a simple example. So here suppose here I want my yield. If you, this yield is my output, I will define yield as an output. Now after defining the yield, I will have certain process. I'm going in reverse direction, and then I will have the different input parameters. This could be input parameters. So input parameters could be catalyst, temperature, pressure, flow rate. There could be n number of input parameters. Now, how to get these input parameters? So first, you can perform the good literature review, or if literature review is not available, you can have the expert opinion. You can call the experts for the brainstorming, perform some brainstorming sessions, and come to the conclusion that there are these 10 are the input parameters for to achieve a particular output. This is our first task. You should know what output you want and you should know which inputs will affect for that particular output. Now, second stage is how to define the levels. Now, here we are having the four different input parameters I have taken. Which four parameters? For achieve the yield, I am having the four different parameters as temperature, pinching time, cooling time, and carbon content. Now here for temperature, I will have three different levels. For now, for here I am having the four factors. Factor means input parameters in very simple language. And level means at what different stages. So first level is 760. What is meaning of levels? For example, if I want to make a tea, so first input parameter is sugar. Now sugar is my parameter or input parameter. Now for making a good tea, how much sugar I have to add? So I will have the three levels. First will be the 1 spoon of sugar, second will be 1.5 spoon, and third will be 2 spoon. So I am having three levels. Suppose I want to define the five levels. Means first will be the I will add a half cup sugar, then 1 cup sugar, 1.5 cup sugar, 2 cup sugar, and 2.5 cup sugars. So I will have different levels. So again here a very big question is how many levels we should have initially. So again here, design of experiments, whenever you are going to perform, what is your objective? Suppose you want that you don't know anything about the particular process, you don't know anything about different levels. So you should have, and you are having the maximum input parameters. In that, for example, suppose here you are having 10 parameters. So have only two levels, one and two. Why? This later on, because if levels are minimum, you can perform the minimum experiments, and you will come to know which factor is significant and which is not. In very simple language means which factor is important and which factor is least important. So that suppose initially I am having 10 factors, I am performing simple experiments by having the two levels. I will come to know that out of the 10, only first 5 are important. I will skip remaining 5 and I will do the detailed experiment only on the first 5 parameters. So first step could be the screening. Screening is necessary when you don't know anything about your process. You don't know, you are not knowing much more about your how input parameters are behaving. In that case, you are having only two levels. Here I am having two levels only. Temperature, first level is 760, 900. Pinching rate 35, 140. Cooling time 1, 300. Carbon content 1, 6. Now here level again, level could be anything. First level here 760, second could be 800. It depends on the researcher or a particular engineer or a person who is well aware about their particular process. The pinching rate 35, someone take here 25 also and 35 also. Again, it depends on the particular person or data available from the literature review. Now here, how many experiments you should know? Now here, how many factors are there? Four factors. And how many levels are there? Only two levels. So I am saying that I will perform this experiment by having the four factors and two levels. So how many experiments needed to conduct? Level raised to factors. How many levels are there? Two levels. 2 raised to 4. So I have to perform 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 32 experiments I need to perform. Here I have shown how many factors are there? 4 factors. How many levels? 2 levels. So how many experiments? Level raised to 4. So 2 raised to 4 will be the number of experiments. Now here I am giving the name the factor as the first factor x1, second x2, third x3, and 4 x4. Now here I am going by the sign. If you refer some books, they are saying 1 2 1 0 1 2 0 1 2. Some are saying minus plus minus plus. Minus means suppose here I am having only two levels for temperature. For temperature there are two levels. First is 760, third is 900. So 760 means minus side, 900 means plus side. If you are having three levels, you can say minus 0 plus like this. So 1 2 3. So you can code particular levels based on the minus plus 0 1 2 A B C like anything. But task is how many levels are there? Two levels. So now I have to perform 18 2 raised to 4 experiments means I have to perform 32 experiments. Here, what will be the first experiment? In the first experiment, you see this first experiment, x1 will be the minus, means x1 value of x1 will be the 760. Value of x2 is minus, means lower side 35. Value of x3 is again minus, means 1. Value of x4 is again minus 1. Now for second experiment, x1 is plus, means for second experiment value of temperature will be the 900. For second experiment the 35, like this. So by writing, first I will make this table, I will write all the values, and after completing this table, I will do the experiment one by one, and I will write the output. So after performing experiment number 1, I will add one more column as a yield. So after performing first experiment means what? In the first experiments, I will have the 4 parameters at a particular levels, and after maintaining those parameters at the given levels, output is like this. So prepare these tables first. So now our task is, first task, make a proper table, add one more column of the output, and write down all the values after performing the experiment. It is simple task. Now, here, two more things are there. First one is the randomization, and second one is the replication. Now, why those are needed? What is the meaning of randomization? Is you cannot. So, for example, here I will perform 30 experiments, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So here I will not perform the experiments in a given particular sequential order. I will perform experiment number 1. I will perform the first experiment, which will be the third in the position. Second experiment will be the 10th in the position. Third experiment will be the 15th position in the particular table. I will not follow a particular sequence. Why? Because if you are following particular sequence, you will never come to know how much variation is there. Because by we are doing the experiment, why? Because we want to capture the variation in a particular process. And if we are able to capture the variation, only based on the variation we can come to the proper conclusion. So first I will do the randomization, means I will not follow proper sequence. And second one is the replication, means only now 32 experiments I will perform only once, means there are the no replication or repetition. What is meaning of replication? Repetition, simple language. How much time I will repeat the experiment. Now here minimum you have to replicate the experiment 2 times, means you should have you have to perform a single experiment 2 times, means sequence number 1 I have to perform 2 times, sequence experiment number 4 I will perform 2 times. Why 2 times? Because again in the first experiment or second experiment, if values are same, means there is no variation. But if values are changing, means some parameters you have missed out or something is there which is making a process more or particular, there could be a particular missing parameter due to which there is more variation in the process. So we have to capture our task is to capture the variation. Here I have given the more things in more descriptive manner. So standard order first experiment number 1, factor temperature level 1 30, factor B level 1, factor C level 1, factor D level 1. Second experiment I have given in it whatever I have spoke just before. Everything is given here in the more descriptive manner. So you can read this, will come to know. So all these 30 experiments I minus sign. Plus means higher value, minus means lower value. So this experiment we call as a full factorials. What is meaning of full factorial? Level raised to 4. We will not do any compromise by skipping any experiments. But one more problem I will face. If now here number of factors are only 4, levels are 2. So another example is suppose there are 10 factors and 3 levels, means 3 raised to 10 experiments I have to perform. That could be a very impossible task for me. Even if there are four factors and four levels, I have to perform 4 raised to 4 experiments. Is 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 experiments. That is again 256 experiments into 4. Again, it is a quite difficult task for me. 3. I have to perform the 81 experiments. Again, performing 81 experiments. Again, I have to do the repetitions. If I will do 2 times repetition means 81 plus 81. I have to perform 162 experiments, which is quite impossible task. Again, time consuming, cost, etc., etc., etc. So, full factorial design is applicable where you are having only two levels and hardly 4 to 5 factors. Means you can do hardly 32 experiments. That could be again economical, not time consuming. But as the factor increases, we are having the one more good method as a fractional factorial. What is the meaning of fractional factorial? We have to divide the experiments in simple uh, whatever amount of space you are getting, you divide by 2, you will get the fractional factorial. For example, I am having the 4 factors at the 3 levels, 3 raised to 4, 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. I will divide by 2, means half of the particular number of experiments I will call as a fractional factorial. But what is the problem with the fractional factorial? You are missing some experiments. So you might miss some variation in the particular process that could be a very significant for making a particular conclusion. So to avoid again to advantage of full factorial is you will get the all information about the process. Drawback of the full factorial is again when number of experiments increases, time, more time, no economy, etc. etc. For the fractional factorial again, you have to skip some experiments. So you might not be able to get a good amount of information about the variation. So for that, we are having two good methods. First one is the Taguchi method and second one is the RSM, response surface method. So now we'll focus now on the Taguchi method. How Taguchi method will be helpful for you to minimize the experiments without losing much more variation. Or in very simple language, minimum experiments and maximum response. This is just quality parts, so you can read it. Basic part about the Taguchi is Taguchi array design. Now, I will show the beauty of this Taguchi matrix to you. So you will come to know how beneficial it is to minimize the number of experiments. Now, for example, I will take very simple example. On the horizontal side, there are number of experiments. On vertical side, there are the number of levels. Now, if there are, for example, two levels and two factors, this is our interaction number one. How many experiments we have to perform? 4 experiments. Now, again here 2 levels. Now I will take the more levels. Come to the 3 levels. So I will have 3 levels and I will have the 3 factors now. 3 levels, 3 factors means 3 raised to 3. I have to perform the 27 experiments. Now I cannot perform 27 experiments. So Taguchi has given me the L9 array, this one. Taguchi is saying 9 means 9 are the number of experiments. But which 9 experiments you have to perform? Taguchi has given you table. So you have to perform only 9 experiments. So your 27 experiments are getting reduced to only 9. So come to the horizontal side. Again 3 levels, this one, and 4 factors, this one. So 3 raised to 4, 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. You have to perform the 81 experiments now. But Taguchi has given me the only L9. 9 means 9 experiments. So only 81 information, sorry, 81 experiments are reduced to only 9 experiments. Means by performing 9 experiments, I will get all information about the 81 experiments. But problem is which 9 experiments. So for that, Taguchi has given you the array. So he is saying you can perform 9 experiments and you can avoid the 81. Again, one more example. You can come closer. You can come forward side. This one, 18. Again, three levels, 12 factors means 3 raised to 5. 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So you can by avoiding all those experiments 3 raised to 5, you can perform only 18 experiments, and those 18 experiments will give you all information about the 3 raised to 5 experiments. But which 18? That is the Taguchi array. That we will see later on. Again, terminologies. Before going to simple case study, we should know there are three basic terminologies. First one, larger is better. Now, for example, my output is suppose test. Sorry, my output is material removal rate. In that case, I will quote a larger is better. I want maximum material removal rate. Suppose my output is surface finish. I want maximum. So again, larger is better. Suppose my output is maximum production. In that case, larger is better will be the good option for me. Now, second is smaller is better. Now, suppose surface roughness is my output. In that case, smaller is better will be my the output. Suppose my output is deviation, deviation from the mean value. How much deviation is there? In that case, smaller is the better will be the my output selection of the output. Suppose my output is amount of error in a particular process. So smaller is the better will be the my option. Again, we are having one more term as S by N. S by N means sound to noise ratio. Suppose whenever we are speaking on any mic, we are getting some noise. Or simple language, we are getting some disturbance. So S by N means disturbance. S means sound, N means noise. We want maximum sound, minimum noise. Means in any case, we want higher S by N ratio. So if it is the case of larger is a better, formula is different to find the S by N ratio. S by N means signal to noise. So we want maximum signal, minimum noise. Maximum signal, minimum noise. Means we want this ratio as a on the higher side. Higher S by N ratio for any case. Larger is better. You are having the formula this one. Smaller is better. You are having formula this one. But for both the cases, larger is better or smaller is better. We want higher S by N ratio. Formula different. We'll see later on. I have taken two examples where one case is smaller is better, second case is larger is better. So remember this one by using particular formulas. Again, nominal is better. Again, nominal better means you mostly will deal with the first two cases. Nominal means where you can say our example of shaft and well, we want some assembly where both jobs are having the equal amount of tolerance. But such examples we are not focusing on the research. So either smaller is better or larger is better. Okay. Should we start?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now, okay. Now here I have defined that I want to have the optimization on surface finish and hole accuracy. So what task I did here? I want to perform a drilling process and where my output is surface finish and hole accuracy. Now what you will have different type. You can have any machining process, any your particular material, any sort of different things. But you should know the first our step is what output I want. Here output is surface finish and second output is hole accuracy. Now, how to surface finish? You can measure by any instrument. Hole accuracy now you can measure by using even simple dial gauges also. So now, how to proceed here? Here I have given your steps for any DOE or any particular optimization process. First, select the your quality characteristics. The simple way what output you want to achieve. Surface finish, full accuracy. In your particular, we'll discuss about your cases also. You can have the one single output, two output, three outputs based on your research topic. Now, second, select the control factors. Or means what type of input parameters you have selected. Now, you could have the three parameters, four parameters, five parameters based on your research. Now select the Taguchi array design. Now, as we have discussed in the previous slide, if number of factors and number of levels increases, means level raised to factors, means your number of experiments are on the increasing side. We cannot perform, we cannot conduct all the experiments. So you have to minimize the experiments in such a way that you should not lose any important information. So we will select a particular Taguchi array. Now, perform the experiments analyzed based on S by N ratio. Again, we will discuss what is meaning of S by N ratio, signal to noise ratio. Now here you are having mostly two cases, either uh, higher is better and lower is better. Again, if it is a surface finish, I want higher. If it is a whole accuracy, I want higher. Now perform the optimum performance, and again you have to perform one more experiment as a confirmation experiment. So why? Because if you are performing full factorial method, since you are doing all the experiments, definitely you will not lose any information. But whenever you are performing any Taguchi method or using RSM method, you are minimizing the number of experiments. For example, if you want, suppose by using normal DOE, you have to perform 1000 experiments. Now, by using a particular Taguchi array, you can perform hardly 21 experiments or 24 experiments. So here you are minimizing experiments by 975. So here you to that you should know that whatever experiments, whatever output you have got, it is right or wrong. You have to perform lastly one confirmation experiment. Means whatever setting, whatever equation you have got, it is right. Still perform one confirmation. All those things we discussed. We will not waste much more time. Directly we will see what here again what is by ratio. Higher is better, normal is better, larger is better. Everything is there. So see here how many different factors I have taken here. Here you will come to know I have taken the three factors. First factor is cutting speed, second factor is feed rate, and third factor is type of tool. If it is our example of our tea, first factor is your tea powder, second one is sugar, third one is amount of water, like this. So I have taken three factors. Now what three levels I have taken? Level number one, so cutting speed will vary from 30 to 50. So here mostly it is a one thumb rule that you should have the equal intervals. If you are not having equal intervals, nothing will happen. But mostly we follow that there should be an equal interval. So first level is 30, second level is 40, third is 50. Feed rate again zero point 0.2, zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4. You can have 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.1, 0.3, 0.5 like this, anything based on your research. Type of tool HSS plus tin, HSS plus TIALN, and third one is the HSS uncoated. Again, you can add one more factor also. Suppose I want to add here amount of coolant, you can add there. Here you can add the number of particular person A, B, C. It depends. So here initially I was having around seven factors, but all the seven factors I cannot take for the particular research. So what I will do in initially, I will write all the input parameters, all those seven parameters, and only two levels, not three levels. And I will do a simple experiment. Then this factor is not important. I will come to know how to select this, and then I will minimize the factors. When these seven factors will become three or four, you can increase the number of levels. So for example, if I want to make a tea, now initially I am having first level as only one spoon tea. Well, sorry, input parameter is sugar. First level is one tablespoon of sugar. Second is three tablespoon of sugar. Only two levels, one and three. Now I can divide it. particular in more minute way. One tablespoon, 1.5 tablespoon, 2 tablespoon, 2.5 and 3. I have covered the same range, but I have divided the range in more specifically, more minutely. Now again, I can divide 1.25, 1.5, 1.7 like this. But I will divide the number of, as I will have the more levels, I have to perform more experiments. But before that, if you are having the confirmation that only 2 to 3 factors are, only there are 2 to 3 factors, in that case, you can increase the number of levels also. But here, I have taken only 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, and 3 factors. Now, in very simple language, how many experiments I should perform? Level raised to factors means 3 raised to 3. I have to perform the 81 experiments here. Again, performing the 81 experiments, and I have to do it. I have to do the repetition 2 times minimum. Means I have to perform the 162 experiments. Again, performing 162 experiments on a CNC machining, cost, time, everything will be the infeasible. So now I will use the particular Taguchi method to minimize the number of experiments. Now, if you will see the previous our array given by Taguchi, you will see that we can, if on the horizontal side, there are the number of levels, here factors. So for 3 factors, 3 levels, you have to use L9 array, means you can perform only 9 experiments. But now question is which 9 experiments, you will see later on. Now I have performed only 9 experiments in place of 81 experiments. But which 9 experiments? By using the particular Taguchi method. Now these are the 9 experiments, 1 to 9. Now here, what these 9 experiments are saying to me, in the first experiments, feed rate, factor A will be at the first level, means 30. Cutting speed will be the first level, means 0.1. Drilling will be the first one. So you will get surface finish 5.72. Now I will perform the second experiment. Here feed rate will be the one, means first level, means again 30. Cutting speed will be the second one, means 0.2. And drilling will be the second, means HSS plus PI ln. Like this, I will perform 9 experiments. Now, all these 9 experiments you cannot do by your own. This 9 is which 9 experiments you should perform. It is given by the Taguchi array. This by using this Taguchi array design, we will perform all these 9 experiments at respective levels. And now here I want output as a surface finish. I have measured surface finish in the macrons. So these are the outputs I have got in the 9 different experiments. Now how to find the S by N ratio? We are having the formula. If you see, if you go to the previous slide, but you should know which formula to use. Smaller is better or higher is better. Now it is surface finish. The surface finish I want the maximum. So I will use the formula higher is better. So I will just put the values. I will get the S by N ratio values here. So all signal to noise ratio values I have got. Now similarly, I have performed more experiments. I can perform more experiments. L9 array, L18 array, L21 array. It depends on your cost, time and the availability. Suppose for the same factors and same levels, you can perform 9 experiments or 12 experiments. Now performing 9 or 12 will be the decision from the particular researcher based on time, cost, everything. Now similar experiments I have performed for the whole accuracy. I have measured diameter in the form of error. So I want here minimum, again accuracy should be on the higher side. So I have made experiment number 1 with setting again given by the Taguchi array. All these are the settings. I will perform the experiments and I will measure the whole accuracy. Again I will find the S by N ratio. Again higher is the better because I am dealing with the accuracy. I want higher accuracy. Now after performing these experiments, now mostly no one does. I will show how to perform manually, but mostly we are using the Minitab software, by using which directly you will get the such type of graphs. So we'll call as a main effect plots. Now here I am having the main effect plot graphs. Now first is feed rate, second one is the cutting speed, and third one is the type of tool. Now here I have plotted the noise ratio, S by N ratio. Now in every aspect I have told I want SN ratio should be higher. It could be smaller is better or larger is better, but I want SN ratio should be higher because I want maximum signals, minimum noise. So if I will see this particular graph, this is level number one. So for this particular level, what is output? For this level, what is output? Third level output. Now just by seeing this, I will come to know if I will keep the feed rate at the level number one, I will get maximum S by N ratio. Now we come to the second one, cutting speed. Now cutting speed again, level number one, if I will have cutting speed of level number one is 30, I will get the maximum S by N ratio. And for the type of tool, I have to use third tool. In that case only I will get the maximum S by N ratio. Now, if you will see the first graph of the feed rate, you can directly see there is a very big deviation from level number 1 to 3. So blindly you can say I will take for feed rate, I will maintain the level number 1. Now why I have to perform these experiments? Now we have to get input parameters, levels, but we don't know at which levels we have to keep. Is for achieving maximum surface finish or for achieving the maximum hole accuracy, what should be the amount of feed? So I am saying with confidence now that I have to keep feed at level number 1, that is point 1. Feed should be point 1 to achieve the maximum surface finish or hole accuracy, whatever. Now here you can see directly there is a big deviation. So no need of the means blindly you can say level number 1, but here feed rate you are having for feed rate there is no much more deviation, but still you can say if I will have the cutting speed at level number 1 is 30, I will get the maximum surface finish of accuracy. Level 2, level 3 are the normals, but suppose we are getting this line is like this horizontal, for example this line we are having no deviation, but cutting speed number 1 30, cutting speed number 2 40, cutting speed number 3 50. And if you are getting, if there are no marginal deviations, then you can go for the minimum cost. For example, cutting speed, if I will keep cutting speed of 30 and cost is 100 rupees, if I will keep the cutting speed 40, cost is 1000 rupees. In that case, I will go for the minimum cost. But in in this particular graph, no need to have the directly you can have decision that I will keep feed at level 1. Here also there is big deviation, but if there is no much more deviation, line is straight, you can think about the cost also. But here directly we can say if I have to keep cutting speed at level number 1, now third number, that is my cutting tool. Again directly I will say I have to use third cutting tool. Means if I want to give opinion to particular industry, I will say that you have to keep feed at level number 1, you have to keep cutting speed at level number 1, and you have to use tool number 3. And if you have this combination, definitely you will get a good amount of surface finish of hole accuracy, whatever your output is. It is first task of the design of experiment followed by Taguchi. Means what levels or what setting I have to keep for a particular experiment to achieve the desired output. But here again question is unanswered. Which factor is more significant? Now here we have come to know. Here we have come to know that what should be the level of each factor. But out of these three factors, cutting speed, feed, depth of cut, anything, to type of tool, which factor is playing the more significant role is for making a tea, which is the more significant? Then I will come to know, yes, a particular tea powder is more significant for a good taste of tea. So for that we will perform the ANOVA test. or also you can perform by using the regression analysis. Now, here you might, I think you might have studied this ANOVA regression, everything. We will not wait, but just for the information, if I will perform the ANOVA, I will come to know which factor is playing the most significant role. Now here in this particular ANOVA test for the whole surface finish, here what is the meaning of p value? This one p value means, for example, what all these experiments I am performing at a particular confidence level. Again, we'll have just a overview about the confidence level. If I am performing any experiment, for example, I am launching a new product in the market. Now I don't know the product will be successful or fail. In that case, my confidence level is minimum. For example, 70%. Now, if I am performing any machining process where I know the where I am having the control over the particular input parameters, selection of cutting speed, feed, depth of cut, tool will be in my hand. So in that case, confidence level raise up to the 95%. And if you are performing an experiment in very controlled environment, here if you are performing this experiment on a particular workshop, cutting tool, feed rate, depth of cut will be in my hand. But environment is not in my hand. So I will say that 95% confidence level I can maintain. But if I will have the experiment in very controlled environment, I can say 99% confidence level. Now, if it is a confidence level of 99% means P means 1 minus confidence level. What is the meaning of P? P is 1 minus confidence level. Now, here I am performing all these experiments at 95% confidence because only environment is not in my hand. So, I am saying 95% confidence level I have maintained. Means what is value of P? 1 minus 95 means in percentage 0.05. Now, here what I will say, if value of particular P is less than 1 minus confidence level, means the particular factor is significant. If not, then factor is not significant. Now here I am suppose, now all this here I have performed these experiments on a simple simple workshop having the simple CNC machine. So I have carried out all these experiments at 90% only. You can 90-95 year precision. Now here, what will be the p value? Now for 95 percentage, p value will be the 1 minus 95 means 0.05. 0.05. What is the meaning of this? If p value of a particular parameter is equal to 0.05 or less than 0.05, that parameter is significant. If p value is greater than 0.05, that parameter is not significant. Now, if I am performing experiment at 90%, value of p will be the 0.1. Means what? If value of p is more than 0.1, that parameter is not significant. Now, for this particular case, we will have the 95% confidence level. Means if p value is less than 0.05, the factor is not significant. Now, depth of cut, what is the value of P? 0.105. It is not less than 0.05. So, depth of cut is not a significant factor. Feed rate, what is the value of P? 0.44. Feed rate is a not significant factor. What is the value of cutting speed? 0.06. Means we can say cutting speed is also not significant, but it is near to 0.05. So, only cutting speed is playing a major role to achieve the surface finish. This depth of cut and feed rate, they are not much more responsible to achieve your good surface finish. But cutting speed is a very significant factor. Now, again you will see the percentage contribution. So, out of 100, 55% variation or 55% weightage is for the cutting speed. Remaining you can say minimum weightage. Again, remaining is the error. But from this table, what we should know, what is the p value of particular parameter. For example, suppose here, if p value of this one is 0.001, p value of this is 0.003, p value of this is 0.00005, means all the factors are significant. Another case, if p value for this is P-value for this is zero point 0.6, 0.3, means no factor is significant. Means if no factor is significant means what? You have missed out some important input parameters. Then again go to the previous stage, input parameters, perform the brainstorming, again have different input parameters, perform the experiments with those new input factors, and again do the ANOVA. Means you will come to know, yes, this factor is significant and not. Now we have got the levels that we will have the cutting speed at level number 1, feed at level number 1, and type of tool at level number 3. Now we will have the confirmation test also. As we have discussed, last step is performing the confirmation experiment. Now I will do the confirmation experiment at actually, means I will take initially one job, two job, whatever jobs. I will do the experimentations based on the Taguchi array, experiment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 9. I will write down the values. I will come to the conclusion. Factor number 1 at this level, factor number 2 at this level, and factor number 3 at this level. And then I will perform at actual experiment. And after performing at actual experiment by having respective values, I will see surface finish. And if it is a maximum in any cases, means whatever conclusion I have made based on Taguchi method, it is right. Now how to do the calculations? Everything is given here. It's simple. It is a mathematical plus minus sign. You can see how much variation is there again. And at the end, based on the SN ratio, how much deviation you are getting. So here predicted is this much 3.3. What you are getting is 3.2 something. Means hardly there is variation of 1 micron. Means whatever predicted and what you have achieved. If there is minimum difference of 10% in our thumb rule, whatever prediction you are having and what actual you have got, if difference is near 10% or less than, means it is good thing. If it is difference is more than 10%, it's something you have missed out. And again, result at the end, you can say what prediction we have. No, prediction means A. A your first factor at the first level. B factor. A means your feed. B is the cutting speed. C is type of tool. So A at the one level, B at the one, C at the 3. Confirmation same. Now what surface finish we have got by using this one? Prediction 3.51 and confirmation 3.1. So how much difference? Around 10%. So whatever speed you have did, it is the right. Similarly, you have to perform for the pole accuracy. You have got the same result. Step ahead to this is when number of output increases 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You cannot apply Taguchi method on a single side. So you have to give some weightage to the each output factors. So we call it the multi responses. Now, we will not cover in this particular topic, but ahead to this is your multiple responses and how to do the optimization. But again, if you are having the clear idea about this one, only remaining thing is what? Weightage. Means what weightage you have to give. For example, if you all are the teachers and you have to give the mark to the students, Kalmar mark based on the 50 marks. Is how we do 10% weightage to the attendance, 25 weightage to the interview mark, like this. If you are having 4 outputs, in that case, but if you are having 4 outputs, your Taguchi will never come to know. He at the particular software, what he wants, software wants only one column of the output. And if you are having the 4 to 5 outputs, the output number 1, 2, 3, 4, you have to convert all 4 outputs only in one column. How to perform? By giving the weightage. So for the first weightage 20%, third 30%, like this. There are different methods, but mostly all methods based on the weightage one. So to give weightage, have only one column, and that column will be the output response, and then perform the analysis. You will come to the result. So ahead to this will be the Taguchi plus something for the multi response. Taguchi plus XYZ for the multiple response. So if I want to do the summarization, now here I am having the 3-4 good case papers. I will share with coordinators. He will give it to you. Due to time limitations, I cannot show manual calculations. I have performed an Excel sheet also for the same experiments. I will share with the coordinator. So you will see step by step manual calculations. Because again, here explaining manual calculation online because it is not face to interaction. It will become quite difficult for you also and me also to analyze and to get digested. Uh, I will share one sheet where I have did the manual calculations. So you will have the more clear idea about the Taguchi and DOE. And 2 to 3 good case papers, those are very easy to understand and published in very good journal. So again, you will come to know it is very easy to write the papers also. So just if I want to conclude for your any experiments, suppose you are performing research on any one topic, simply first have the output 1, 2, 3, 4 anything, then have the input parameters 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. The input parameters you can get from literature review or brainstorming or by a particular expert. Then have the different levels. Now, if it is the first time you are performing, then have the screening test, perform the full factorial method, and minimize some factors which are not the significant. Means for Taguchi method, you should have thumbly you should have the 4 to 5 factors. If factors are more, means you are missing some information. Means for the final experimentation, you could have 4 to 5 factors and around 3 to 4 levels, not more than this. 4 to 5 factors, 3 to 4 levels of each factor. Select the appropriate Taguchi array design L9, L18, L21. Perform those experiments. Again, here what thing I have missed out? I have not made the replications due to the cost. But if you are doing your research, you are writing the thesis, I recommended at least you should have the minimum 2 replications. If possible, perform 3 to 4, but at least repeat your experiment 2 times, then perform the analysis, find out the SN ratio of the particular experimentation. If it is a multiple response, have the weightage. If not multiple response, have the main effect plots. You will come to know at a particular factor should be kept at what level. Then perform the regression analysis and ANOVA. You will come to know which factor is more significant and which is not significant. Then have the predicted values and perform the confirmation experiments. This could be the very generalized layout of a Taguchi method. But if it is just introduction and some case paper studies, you can write good papers. You can write good your research also by using this Taguchi method also. Anyone having any doubt?
Hello,
हाँ सर.
sir.
हाँ बोला.
Hello.
हाँ आवाज येते बोला.
If I want to do any dynamic performance or dynamic analysis, say vibration testing, uh, how I can judge this ANA and this Taguchi technique? And can I go
So,
for with these techniques?
yes. So now if you want to perform any vibration analysis, ANOVA
Yeah.
you can perform without Taguchi or DOI also. What is the significance of ANOVA in very simple language? Suppose you are having one farm. For example, I want to plant some particular seeds. So what I will do, I will divide the farm in for a simple 10 areas. So in area number one, I will have different fertilizer, different types of crop, different types of amount of water. In second area, something different. ANOVA will tell me that if I will vary those input parameters, will there be any significant change in the output? Yes or no? And second, if there is variation, which factor is playing the major role? That is the role of ANOVA. Now, for particular vibration, if we are having the input parameters, different parameters, A, B, C, D, and if we are having different levels, and you are not interested in the experimentation, you want to find that which factor, if I will vary the factors, output will vary or not. Only that is your agenda. In that case, carried ANOVA. Now, if you want to
Okay.
find out that, if you want to find which factor at which level is showing different result, means for
Hmm.
suppose I will take very simple example, sir. One fertilizer A and pesticide B. If I will vary on the different lands, no result will change. Means on the particular land, you can add fertilizer A at any point and particular pesticide B at any point, nothing is going to happen. But if there is some change in the output, in that case you should know कि this change is due to which factor, factor A or factor B. Sometimes you will come to know that both factors are having some interaction also. Again, we have missed interaction effect. Means, for example, there is person A which is having low confidence, person B having low confidence. But if these they are together, they will have the more confidence. Means, if you take the example of cricket, Tendulkar and Sehwag, if they are playing together, they will have the good interaction on the score. If these two players are playing togetherly, they will have the high confidence. Single-handed Sehwag will be the least effective. Single-handed Tendulkar will be the least effective. But if they together are, if these two players are playing togetherly, you will have the highest score. This again there is the interaction effect also. But Taguchi never takes care of interaction. Taguchi will say parameter A effective or not effective. Parameter B yes or no,
Uh,
like this. But ANOVA will tell you interaction effect is yes or not.
yes, yes, yes. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Yeah, I'm thankful to management of the college, principal sir, dean research, dean academics, convener, coordinators, and all the managing committee for giving me the chance to speak about this particular debate topic. Actually, it is very good topic, but we will require face-to-face interaction because there are some calculations which quite difficult for me to tell you just on the telephonic call. But if sometime time permits and if we meet on any other day, we'll definitely have the sessions where face to face we'll have the contact and according to me, if you will share your research with me on that particular platform, definitely we will sort out your all input output parameters, your designing your design array, what output you can get, everything we can sort out hardly in 2 to 3 hours. But for that, we will have more face-to-face interaction. So if time permits in future, if we meet you, definitely we will have. But I have shared good case studies. I have shared some manual calculation also. By using this also, you will come to know that it is very interesting and easy topic for writing your thesis and papers also. Okay, thanks to all audience for listening and thank you.
This is Kulkarni sir. This is Kulkarni sir. Very much thankful to you. Your session was very interactive and informative. So we are very much thankful on behalf of SKN Srinagar College of Engineering and Mechanical Department. I am very much thankful to you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.